Hey YouTube, Repo Man 64. I found something. Found something kind of cool, and I wanted to bring it to you so you can tell me what you think about it, and work on it together to see if this is something that we need to be watching. There we go. And I'll show it to you right now. You know this passage in the Bible, Numbers 9:10, says that they approached, Moses approaches the Lord and says, what do we do for people who have touched a dead body? And so God replies to him. I want you to notice that Moses never asked about a man on a long journey. God adds this in there. Jay Justified showed me this a long time ago. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if any man of you or of your posterity shall be unclean by reason of a dead body, or be on a journey afar off. They never asked God about that, but he adds this in there. Yet he shall keep the Passover of the Lord the 14th day of the second month. At even they shall keep it. So, we have a framework here of a 30-day delay for the Passover. And we know that when Jesus went to the cross, it was the most important day in the universe. And God here is allowing for a 30-day delay for some reason. And I want to show you how this actually lines up really nicely with the Enoch calendar. This here is where our sun is when Enoch says it is the first day of the year. That's where it is every single year. It doesn't budge. Every single year. March 17th. That's where it was, 2021. Dr. Barry says we're a month off, and I'm racking my brains out, and then I remember the 30-day, a man on a long journey. So 30 days later, on the second month and the 14th day, they begin celebrating Passover instead of on the first month and the 14th day. But then look what we find in Stellarium. You can go there right now yourself and look it up. In Dr. Barry's teachings, he says that Passover begins when the sun is in the ram. And I kept going, no, it has to begin here. This is what Enoch says. But look what I found. Look what I found. Look where the sun is on the same exact date, March 17th, but in 33 AD, 2,000 years ago. There's a man on a long journey, and he's 30 days out. That right there, to look at this right here, we have to wait 30 days, exactly 30 days, before it lands here. If you go into Stellarium on this date and go to 417, guess where the sun will be? Right there. So this gives, on the Enoch now, in Enoch, this gives Dr. Barry's 30 days, for me anyway, quite a bit of weight. That means quite a bit. So here we are. I want to show this to you. Now, according to Enoch, plain and simple, according to Enoch, Tishri 1, September the 15th, is Rosh Hashanah, the Feast of Trumpets. The new year. That's the day the Jews, even now, today, will recognize in September as their new year. And according to Enoch, this is the day of the new year. And then you have 10 days of awe. And I'm sitting here, Dr. Barry says it has to happen on the Feast of Trumpets. Sometime in the Feast of Trumpets. It has to happen. It has to happen. And I know this guy, Dr. Barry, has studied so hard and he loves the Lord so much. What's going on? Let's go and look at what Enoch says. If you go to the second month and the 14th day, it lands us right here. Where you see, I say the Feast of Booths ends right here. But if we're 30 days out, look over here. Read Numbers 9, which I just showed you. 30 days later, October the 15th, Heshvan 1, the sun would be in the right position 182 days, or from the new year. Actually, this would be 192 days, which also fits, by the way, in the Enoch calendar. And we now enter on October the 15th, Rosh Hashanah, the 10 days of awe. And I wrote right there, 10 days again. If we're out by 10 days, and I saw this before, I had this, I don't know if you remember this before, where it says Numbers 9:10. I had a line there because Enoch was pointing to that date for some reason, but I couldn't figure out what it was. And I think I did. Now, on October the 24th, which is in 2 days, is the end of the 10 days of awe. Are we in the days of awe? Was it delayed by 30 days, just like it says in the Bible, a man on a long journey? We will celebrate the Passover 30 days later. Is it possible that Dr. Berry is actually correct, but we didn't pay attention to where the sun was over the past 2,000 years, and we had to adjust? Is this the adjustment right here? So let me see here. Yeah, this is the Enoch right here. That's the count that you do. It's very simple. Anybody can do it. You start with March 17th and count 30 days. And then April, count 30 days. And then May, count 31 days. The Enoch calendar is an extra day for each quarter. The Enoch calendar is actually 364 days. They say 360, but you're forgetting about the 1 day per quarter, so it's 364. And then you come down over here, and ironically, that 30 days still lines up. Everything keeps pointing to this for me, the 24th, when God shut the door, the day Methuselah was buried, the day the ark was loaded, the day God told Noah to get into the ark, and God shut the door, and Noah obeyed God. And God told him on that day, 7 days in advance, to get into the ark. So he obeyed God, which means he got into the ark. And then 7 days later, the flood begins on the self-same day, on Halloween. So I think that's a short video. I just wanted to bring that to you. My wife, she's being silly. I just wanted to bring that to you and say, hang in there. There are things afoot that we don't quite understand, little nuggets of information that we quite can't see, and I think it's going to be like that on purpose. I think we're just going to keep shaking the present until the moment we can open the present, or we're taken to heaven. I thought we'd have a 3-day warning, if in fact it is the 24th, if it's not delayed 10 more days, which would actually land us on, I think it's November the 6th, which is a lot of people are looking at that. So anyway, RepoMan64, like, comment, share, and keep watching. Just keep watching. It's coming. Our day is coming. We're almost there, and you can sense it. You can feel it. Everybody can. Everybody knows it's almost here. So go to a quiet place by yourself. Nobody needs to know, and you don't need to tell anybody. And accept the Lord into your heart. The time is now. The time is here. It's time to go home. And we'll chat with you later. I always forget how to do this.